Hey, what's up there, do-it-yourselfers? Today I'm going to do a quick video and show you how you can use this Harbor Freight portable tire changer to remove and replace a tire. Now these go for about 40 bucks right now at Harbor Freight, but if you use their 20% off coupon, you can get it for $32. And you know, at that $32 a portable tire changer, that's a really good deal in my opinion. As far as assembly is concerned, it's pretty easy. This piece already comes with the bead breaker already attached to it. Then you need to attach these 4 posts by those 4 bolts to this main piece, and then assembly is pretty much over. After you're done with assembly, you need to secure this to your garage floor, or maybe a wooden pallet will do as well. But if you decide to do it to your garage floor, I highly recommend getting these drop-in anchors. Basically, in order to use these, you need to get a hammering drill and a masonry bit and drill a hole into your garage floor, then put those anchors in. This way you can just use bolts to secure this to your garage floor, and then when you're done, you can undo the bolts, take this out, and store it somewhere. As you can see, I only have 2 here. And also, since I don't have the right size bolts, this is a little wobbly. But it will do for the purposes of this video. Okay, and if you're wondering what size bolts to use, well, the manual says to use 7/16 bolts. The problem is I couldn't find a 7/16 drop-in anchor, so I'm using 3/8 bolts and a 3/8 drop-in anchor. Okay, now the first step is going to be to get all the air out of the tire. Now I don't have a valve stem removal to remove this valve stem and just to get all the air out quickly, but you can just use whatever you got, and I'm going to be using this to get all the air out on this tire. That's going to take a little bit longer, but it will get the job done. Okay, now as far as how you break the bead, well, get this piece up first, then lay the wheel down, and you want to get this piece right between the tire and the edge here. And then you get this this pry bar, put it in here, and with that leverage, you're going to be able to break this bead hopefully. Yeah, I think we got the bead broken, but there's another problem I ran into. This part is a little bit too flimsy, okay? And it sometimes just slides off the tire. Once when I was replacing the tires on my PT Cruiser, it kind of even bent to the side. Now, you'll still be able to get the job done, but if they made this a little bit beefier, or this part up here had less play in it, I think you would have an easier time breaking the beads on this tire, okay? I would just see if we can break the rest of it. If not, you can just rotate it a little bit and just do the same thing. Alright, here we go. Okay, now we just flip this over and do the same thing on the other side, but again, if you got nice wheels, be careful because that piece is gonna scratch your finish, okay? There we go. Okay, we're done with breaking the bead. Next it's time to put on the wheel on here, but what you want to make sure is to get this pin through one of your lug nut holes. This is what keeps it from turning later on when you go to replace the tire, okay? There we go. Okay, next you put on this piece. This is what's going to secure it from tilting one way or another. Again, this is another thing that's going to scratch your rim if you got really nice rims. And then you will put this in, and this basically screws in, and then you can tighten it with this bar. Okay, what we're going to do next is to use this bar to pry this tire over this lip and remove this tire. But before we do this, we're going to use some soapy water to loop this tire up to make sliding this around here easier, okay? I know it says Armor All, but there's soapy water in here. Okay. Alright, and the way you do this is basically stick this in here this way, and then lift it up, and then you just rotate. Slowly pull up on here. Yeah, once you get started getting this over the lip, and then the rest will go smooth. The tire will stay in place, and you're gonna be able to remove it. There we go. Oh, and yeah, another problem is that this bottom of this is gonna keep scratching off the lip, and then leaving you some nice red paint to have to clean up. So you want to keep that in mind as well. Similar procedure for removing the bottom piece. You get the tire all the way up, and then wedge this between the tire and the lip, like this, and then we're gonna turn this. Just want to make sure that the tire is not turning with this bar, okay? There we go. Got it. Free and clear. Next we can get started on putting on our tire, but before we do this, I'm actually gonna wipe this this water off here. I don't really like getting water trapped inside here. Next we get our new tire, and we're gonna start putting this in, but before we put this in, we're gonna, you know, loop the lip here. It's gonna make life a lot easier on both sides. Now they sell tire lubricants, but if you don't have any, you can just use, again, soapy water. And I'm not using the spray this time because I really don't think it's a good idea probably to spray a bunch of water inside the tube and then have that get trapped between the tube and the wheel. But you know, if you get a sponge, you can just use a sponge like I'm doing. Okay, now when it's time to put this tire back on, you're going to be using the other side of this bar. And the way you want to use this piece is that, like let's say this is the lip of the wheel. You want to basically rest this against the lip of the wheel, and then the tire needs to be resting right up here. And then as you go ahead and twist this, you're going to be pushing the tire back underneath the wheel, or the lip of the wheel. Easiest method that I can figure out is that first you put this here, then make sure the tire is where it's supposed to be, and then you gently start pushing this side down underneath. You want to make sure you don't push it too down, because then this one will slide underneath this bar. And once you get this a little bit down, see, this one slipped underneath this. So we'll do this again. Put this up here, get this on there, just gently push on this side. Yeah, that's enough. And then we just twist this while holding the tire from rotating. Okay? There we go. There's one side. Next it's time for the upper lip. Same concept. First we put our tool on here, and then we'll slide the tire over at the end of the tool where it needs to sit. And then what we're going to do is just start the tire by hand on the sides a little bit. This will help keep it in place when we go to twist this bar. Just make sure this doesn't slide underneath the tool as you're pressing it in. Okay? Okay. Now, while trying to keep the tire from rotating by our leg, now we just twist this, and it should work. There we go. It would probably help if this wasn't so wiggly, but we got the job done. Okay, now this is firmly held in place. Now we're going to get some air and put in the tire. If you're going to put air in this, again, it would help if you could remove that stem seal, and that way you could put in a lot of air. But this will do too, but you want to make sure this is not only even, but on this side, the lip of the tire is over the stem seal. That way the air is not just escaping. And also the rest of the tire is even as well. But as you put this on, see, I think we got it. There we go. You'll notice it if you're doing it wrong or not. If air is just escaping, just wiggle things around, make sure it's even, and then it will catch. Once it catches, then you're good. And then you'll hear all these pops. That's just the tire sealing against the rim. And then what you want to do next is to just get the tire pressure to the pressure that your car is recommended, not the maximum pressure that says on your tire. And for this car, it's 36 psi. Alright, we got 30, just a little bit more. That's all there is to it. We were able to replace our tire with this tool. It's a good tool. It's a little flimsy around this end, but overall it gets the job done. Only thing is though, again, you can't really use this on nice wheels. It will scratch up your your chrome or the finish on front of your tire. But overall it's pretty good. But now, before we could put this back on the car though, we're gonna have to balance it. And I'm gonna use a manual bubble balancer, and I'm gonna do a video on how to use that, and I'll let you guess where I bought that one from. Okay, but yeah, hope this video helps people out there. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see more like it. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.